On Keys to Kingdom Living.
How evil can you be and still act religious? Pretty evil. They showed themselves in this story, didn't they? Yet, they felt just and they felt right about their actions because they were deceived. Because they were deceived, they didn't receive Jesus as the truth. They didn't receive him as the Son of God that he said that he was, did they? And because they did not receive him as the truth and they did not receive him as the Son of God, they considered him to be a deceiver. And they said that. Caiaphas, the high priest, said that deceiver, after they had put him in the grave, they're going to try to steal him. So they started projecting on Jesus what was really in them. They were manipulators, were they not? But they were religious. And they felt right or just in their actions because they were deceived. And this explains to us the mindset or the mentality or the spirit behind people in America that come after the church and call us everything under God's Son, under the Son of God that is wrong and perverse, because they're projecting on us what is really inside of them, because they do not see the error of their ways, and they do not believe us to be of the truth because they do not believe Jesus to be of the truth. Thank you so much for tuning in to Keys to Kingdom Living. I am your host, Pastor Dockery, and you are watching Keys to Kingdom Living. We're bringing you a brand new message today. It is entitled, Making a Fashion Statement. It is a deep spiritual word, but God has given me the ability to bring simplicity to the gospel. When we make a fashion statement, it's more about what we want people to perceive about us than what we are actually wearing to cover our bodies. Let God open up some things to your understanding today through this word that will transform your thinking, because I know by the Spirit of God, he's going to revolutionize our thinking so that through that we can prove what is the good, the acceptable, and the perfect will of God and do God's will, God's way. Go with me and let's hear this segment of Making a Fashion Statement. Using fashion to make a statement isn't the same as just wearing clothes. We all wear clothes, but when you make a fashion statement, it is projecting something that you want projected to others about who you are. I want to use that to set up what God has given me for someone that needs this word. Let's pick it up in verse 4. God has already told Adam in Genesis 2, do not eat of the tree of knowledge, for in the day that you eat of it, you will surely die. And then the serpent shows up in the garden, a talking serpent. Can you imagine that? Then said to the woman, you will not surely die, for God knows that in the day that you eat of it, your eyes will be open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw, that's her senses, that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, a tree desirable to make one wise. So that means that she's already believing the lie. If she believes a fruit can make her wise, she took of its fruit and gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees of the garden. Then the Lord God called out to Adam and said, where are you? So he said,